What's going on, guys? It's your boy Worthy Prince coming at you. Today I'm going to be doing a grocery haul. This is a thing that carnivores do apparently. So as I'm a carnivore, and I've been carnivore for over 3 months now, I'm going to do my first grocery haul. So you might be wondering what this is all about. Well, basically I've just been grocery shopping on my carnivore diet, or carnivore lifestyle is how I like to call it now. And I'm going to share with you exactly what I got and how much that costs. It does vary week to week. It just depends on how many certain steaks I buy. But for the most part, it's generally in the similar kind of ballpark figure. But you know what? Back in 2022, I used to eat takeaways every single day. I was like 31 stone. Right now, I'm actually like just over 19 stone. So I'm feeling good, right? I weighed a lot more in 2022, and I can tell you this much, eating takeaway every day is expensive. And when you compare what I'm spending on this per week, it's like way less than what I used to spend on takeaway food. But just a quick summary before I start. In the last 12 months, I've lost just over 11 stone. I've been on carnivore for about 3.5 months now. And on carnivore, I lost probably around about 4 stone of that 11 in the last like 3.5 months. And I'm feeling really good. Some people worry that I don't eat enough. You might change your mind when you see exactly what's inside these bags. So we're gonna start off with the good stuff. We're gonna start off with the meat. Let's get my meat out. Not like that, you know what I mean, guys. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start off with some ground beef. This is, I go to Asda's, by the way, in case any of you guys are wondering. This is the ground beef I get. I'm gonna bring it up to the camera nice and big. There it is. Ground beef, and this is 80% meat, 20% fat, which is the kind of ratio I like, 80 to 20. So that's about a pound, just under a pound worth of ground beef, and that'll be good for a lunch, that'll be good for a dinner. I mean, damn, that's good any time of the day. So there we go, we got ourselves some ground beef. I actually got 3 of those, so let's just pull these out the bag. And there's the other 2. So we got 3 lots of ground beef. We go ahead and put those over here. We're gonna stack the meat just behind me over here. Okay, the next really important thing I got an air fryer recently for Christmas. And one thing that's really good to cook in the air fryer is chicken. So check this out, massive, great big value packet of chicken wings. I love chicken wings. Who doesn't like chicken wings? In the air fryer, these are delicious. And these were actually really good value. They're like £2.50 or something for a whole big bag, well, box of chicken wings. And you can just grab these, throw these in the air fryer for like 15 minutes or so, and they're crispy, crunchy, and succulent. So we definitely love the chicken wings. And on the topic of chicken, we've also got the chicken thighs. Now I always go for the ones which are in the skin, you know, I want the skin in there, because chicken doesn't really have a lot of fat on it, and fat is obviously very important on a carnivore diet. So I like to make sure I get the ones with the skin on, you know. Plus, it makes them go nice and crispy. And I mean, who doesn't like crispy chicken skin? I mean, oh my goodness. So yeah, chicken thighs. I prefer these over the drumsticks. So there we go. Chicken thighs. And then we're moving on to something a bit more interesting now. Check this out. We've got some succulent pork belly. Oh, look at those pork belly in there. I know you guys are like, oh my God, that looks good. I mean, we're gonna boil this for a little bit to tender it up, and then we're gonna finish it off in the air fryer, and it's gonna be crispy and juicy, and oh my God, I can't wait to eat that. So yeah, lovely, juicy, delicious pork fat. I've eaten so much meat over the last 3 months, guys, and honestly, I think when it comes to fat, I think the pork fat is probably the most delicious, to be honest with you. I think that's why everybody likes bacon, right? And on the topic of bacon, this is the bacon I picked up. Bacon's difficult because bacon has always got nitrites in it, so I don't eat too much bacon, but I do love bacon. So I tend to go for this one, which is the oak smoked British thick cut back bacon, and it's dry cured. I always make sure I get the dry cured because sometimes these cures, like maple cured and things like that, they have a lot of sugar in them, and I don't want no sugar in my bacon. That's why it's always important to read the nutritional labels, okay? Now you will see on here there is some nitrates, which is to do with the preservatives. But I mean, it's very difficult to get away from nitrates unless you're going to go to Denmark and buy like unnitrated bacon. They don't really export it either. It's very difficult to get. But we take this label off, you can get a good look at this bacon. You can see it looks absolutely delicious. Oh my God. I will have that a couple of times this week coming for my breakfast. Pretty much the star of the show now, guys. Pretty much the star of the show. Star of the show is going to be the steaks. Here they come. So I try and keep the cost down. I don't want to go for all the best cuts of meat, right? Because otherwise it just gets too much. And I do try and cut it down a little bit. So here we go. Check this out. We're going to start off with these 2 steaks. They have a label on them so you can't see the full steak, but that right there is a sirloin. So we have a sirloin steak. You can get 2 of these steaks for £8, which is about $10 in the UK. Pretty good stuff. It's not a bad cut. There's some fat on there as well, so that's good. And I get 2 of those, okay? So we get 2 sirloin steaks. I mean, they're £4 each, and that literally does a dinner for me. I mean, it's not that bad, really, when you think about it. So there you go. 21-day matured, 2 sirloin steaks. Loving that. And then we move on to, this is my treat for the week. This is my treat. You gotta have a treat. And it's a treat in the form of a steak. I've got 2 very nice looking, very nice, oh man, look at these. These are thick cut Aberdeen Angus ribeye steaks. Now these ones are a bit more expensive. These are £8 each. So getting 2 of these like that is like 16 quid. That's a lot. I mean, it's not a lot in compared to a takeaway, mind you. Takeaways are like £20 a pop, right? I mean, come on, let's go, you know what I'm saying? But still, they're £8 each, but these are really nice. They're thick. You can see how thick they are if I turn it slightly. They're nicely thick cut. They've got a lot of nice juicy fat in there. It's all gonna render down when I fry them up in the skillet. I don't put these in the air fryer, they're too nice. I just put a bit of salt on them and fry them in the skillet for about 4 minutes each side, and they come out nice and rare. They are delicious. So these are my favorite steaks, but if I could, I would eat these every single day. On that topic, you can join the channel by hitting the join button below. Don't forget to smash the like button. All the interaction helps my channel grow, and then I can get more of these steaks. So that would be awesome. But yeah, no, these are really, really nice. So yeah, delicious, delicious thick cut ribeyes. Just to kind of mix things up, because I don't just eat meat, guys. It's not just red meat, some salmon. Now, the ones I like to get are the wild caught salmon, and I get them frozen because it keeps the freshness in. But you can see here, you got to make sure they're wild caught, because the reason why you want wild caught salmon is because if you just get normal salmon on the shelf and it's farmed, then a lot of like additives and colorings and, you know, bad stuff can go into their feed and stuff when humans get involved. But with these, I can see on the front here, it actually says, I'm sure I read it somewhere. Where is it? Here we go. Where is it? Packed in China. I get my salmon from China. And it says pink salmon caught by gill nets and similar nets, surrounding nets and lift nets or pots and traps in the Northeast Pacific Ocean or the Northwest Pacific Ocean, which is perfect. It gets trapped in the nets wild. They cut it up, they freeze it, and then it comes straight to my freezer. And I get 2 big packets of salmon. That comes with 4 fillets a pack, and I'm going to be using those for breakfast. I'll be having like salmon and scrambled eggs in the morning for breakfast, maybe a little bit of side of bacon if I'm hungry. But these are my, I ate this. I kind of put this in instead of having bacon every day because them nitrates, you know what I mean? I don't know if I want bacon every day. I love bacon, and I eat it, as you saw. But when I first started Carnivore, I was buying like 4 packets of bacon and having bacon and eggs every morning. And for me, I just didn't feel right having bacon every day. So I tend to try and substitute bacon every morning for wild caught salmon. And I think that's a very good substitute. My tower of meat is, you can't see it. It's starting to topple over. Now this right here is what I use as a supplement with the steak. So if I'm hungry and I'm gonna have steak or I'm gonna have some ground beef and I want something a little bit more, I will add some shrimp. Oh yeah, we call them prawns in the UK. These are jumbo king prawns. They are frozen, they are raw, they are already skinned, and all I gotta do is defrost these or put them into a bowl of water for about an hour and then whack them in the frying pan. And what I normally do is I cook my steak up. Give you a closer look at that. There you go, look. Yummy prawns, look at those. Woohoo, big juicy prawns. What I do is I cook my steak, and then you gotta let your steak rest for like 6 or 7 minutes after you cook it. So what do I do in that 6 and 7 minutes? Well, I fry up some shrimp in some butter, and then I just do the shrimp with the steak, and it's absolutely delicious. Look, these are the real blocks of gold. I know you guys want to go, you know, rob Fort Knox and become rich with gold bars. In real life, these are the real gold bars you want in your life. Absolutely. This is beautiful grass-fed butter made on the hills of Ireland. Oh man, it feels great. Like I can eat this just out the pack. I can open this and eat it. It's so good. My taste buds have completely changed. I'm now completely fat adapted. So I'm like burning fat on the daily. That's where I get my energy. That's why I'm so hyper, because I'm using my fat stores as energy. It's amazing. I don't need carbs. And this stuff is the amber nectar. So literally always get a couple of blocks of this a week. sometimes 3. I got the eggs. This is staple on Carnivore. I get 12 large free-range eggs. Normally, I get the organic ones, but they were out of stock today. So we're going for these ones, and look at these. Beautiful eggs. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Sometimes the feathers are still in there from the chickens. And that's 12, and I get 36. So I get 3 packets of these. I've got 2 more down there, and I'll go through about 36 eggs in about a week. Yep, that's right. I eat between 5 and 8 eggs a day. Sometimes I have eggs for breakfast. I have eggs again with a steak in the evening or in the afternoon. Eggs are fantastic. There's an old wives' tale people talk about, oh, eggs are going to bind you up. They're going to give you constipation. What a load of rubbish. If anything, they do the complete opposite. So yeah, no, I have no problem with eggs. My digestion is fantastic. Eggs are a superfood, baby. They're a superfood. Let's go. I normally get Frank's red hot sauce to go on my mince just to give it a little bit of flavor, but they haven't had it in stock for ages. So today, I'm taking a risk. I know, I'm trying a new sauce. This is the Sauce Shop Original Hot Sauce. I'm gonna try this on my meat. The reason why I went for this sauce is because, and again, it all comes down to reading the labels. Okay, this says it's hot, it's no added sugar, and it's made in the UK. Okay, great. And if I take a look at the ingredients, it says aged red jalapeno, 59%, white grape vinegar, it's vinegar, I'll be all right, salt and garlic. That's it. No rapeseed oil, no soya oils or bean oils or seed oils. It looks fairly clean. So I am going to give this a go with my mince and my steak. We'll see how we go with that. I'll let you know how that goes. Trying something new this week. Now remember, I've been carnivore for 3 months. It's kind of over 3 months now. It's kind of a pivotal moment when you become carnivore. You get to the 3-month part. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not craving for variety. I mean, I'm happy with what I'm eating. The meat, the eggs, and all the fish. It's great. But, you know, I'm a human being and I like to have a little bit of variety now and then. So because I've been on this elimination diet for the last 3 months, just over, I can now start adding in an ingredient once a week and seeing how my body reacts to it. So for example, last week, I bought a couple of avocados. And I had a couple of avocados last week with my salmon and eggs in the morning to see if my body would react to it. Now my body was absolutely fine. There was no issue at all with the avocado. But I am going to try something else this week, and this is going to be new to my diet this week, which is going to be green olives. Yeah. Now some of you guys might be looking at this jar thinking, oh my God, that is disgusting, right? I actually really like olives. Now they've got no fillings in them. They are just seeded green olives, and I made sure I didn't get them covered in some horrible oil. These olives here are manzanilla green olives, and all that's inside this water here is water, salt, and there is a acidity regulator, which is just lactic acid, which is fine. It's not a big deal, that. So these are just sitting, they're just a preservative. So basically these are just sitting in water. I don't want anything in oils or anything like that. I'm gonna have a handful of these with my steak in the evening just to give me a little bit of something extra. It's not for snacking because I don't ever snack on carnivore, but it's just to give me some variety with my steak. So yeah, gonna have some olives this week, and next week I'm really considering trying sauerkraut. We'll see how that goes. Fermented sauerkraut. I'm gonna maybe give it a go. I don't know. I heard it's pretty good. But we're gonna go with the olives this week, and then I have this as well. So I also have this. This goes with my steak. So I like having a little bit of this with my steak. We got some Dijon mustard. This is basically just traditional French Dijon mustard. It's really clean as far as the ingredients go, so that's good. There's no horrible oils and things in here. I mean, look at the ingredients. Where are we at here? Hang on a sec. Water, mustard seeds, spirit vinegar, salt. And there's a little preservative in here, which is called potassium metabisulfate. I haven't got a clue what that is. I don't know if that's good for me, but this is delicious and it's never really caused me a problem. So I have like a half a teaspoon on my plate with my steak, and it just adds a little bit of flavor. If I'm wrong doing the Dijon, let me know in the chat below. On carnivore, right, I have a black coffee in the morning. I have one black coffee in the morning because, yeah, other than that, the only thing I really drink, or I can drink really, is water. And there is one particular water I have. It's that. So I get a packet of 6. I get 2 of these. They're about £3 a pack. It's like 1.5 litres of water. On carnivore, you're supposed to lift heavy things. So we'll get our exercise in for today with these. So yeah, brilliant. So Pellegrino waters. Sometimes I get a lemon. cut half a lemon up, put some juice in it, and then you get some really nice lemonade without the sugar, which is kind of good. You can also use limes, just like half a lime, half a lemon. I don't do it every day. It's like every few days I fancy something a little bit. I'll go ahead and put a little bit of lemon or lime in it, and that's really good. One other thing I like to do, because I cook a lot of meat inside my apartment, it can sometimes smell like a butcher's in here. So I like to get myself a nice smelly candle, just a little bit extra, and yeah, smells like sea breeze. Smells good. So, you know, just to make the place smell nice, because you don't want people coming in here and it's like, it smells like a butcher's. Anybody seen Sweeney Todd? It's like it's like going into Mrs. Lovett's Bakehouse. But there we go. So we got that, and then the last thing, and almost the last thing. I'm getting like ahead of myself here. Cheese. Now you have to be careful with cheese. It's dairy. It's hard cheese. This is Parmigiano Reggiano. It's nice. We all know it's nice. I mean, I could open this and just eat the whole thing. Like, it's really nice. The trouble is, if you're on a weight loss journey, okay, which I still am, I'm not where I want to be yet, but if you're on a weight loss journey, this can stall it. So you really need to be careful how much cheese you eat. I literally use it as a condiment, which means I cook up some ground beef, I'll get a little grater and I'll go click, 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 and that's it. Just a little bit of cheese over the top, just to give a little bit of flavor. Don't be covering all your meat in the cheese, because if you're wondering why you're not losing weight, that's probably one of the culprits, the cheese. It won't really make you put on weight with carnivore, but it will stall the weight loss. So just be in moderation. It's a treat, in moderation. And the last thing, and this is something I bought this week, and I haven't done it yet on carnivore, but I saw a couple of content creators on YouTube do this. I think it was Lily Kane I saw make this with her husband, right? And she made jelly. She made carnivore jelly. Now, I've never made carnivore jelly before, all right? But I did get some of this platinum grade leaf gelatin, okay? And I did look at the ingredients, and it does say, I don't know if you can see this here. You probably can. It says pork. You can't see it because it's not zooming in. Okay, it says pork. You can see it's pork gelatin. It says pork fine leaf gelatin. So ingredients is just pork gelatin. So that's good. But then I got some stevia. This is all I could get, some stevia tablets. All right, which is sweetener. It's not real sugar, it's sweetener. Now the problem is, I know from watching all the videos and stuff, this is gonna hit a sugar reaction in my head. My brain's gonna be like, oh, sugar, you know, because that's how sugar works, right? It's very addictive. And I haven't done this up until this point because I didn't want to risk hitting a sugar craving and going off and eating stuff I shouldn't eat. And it's not like I'm doing this because I'm craving sugar, because I'm really not. I just thought it would be fun to make some jelly. I like jelly, but I can't get the normal jellies because they're full of sugar, like real sugar, like really bad, not good for you at all. So I'm gonna crush up a couple of these stevia little tablets, gonna crush them up, and I'm gonna put it into a pint of gelatin and make some clear, sweet carnivore jelly. I might put like one lemon juice in it as well, just to try and give it a lemon flavor. So yeah, I don't really know how this is gonna come out. I don't know if it's a good idea to even do this. If you're a carnivore watching this and you've made this carnivore jelly, let me know down in the comments and let me know how you got on with it. Were there any after effects of you making carnivore jelly? It's an option that I'm looking at anyway. So that's my weekly haul. All that meat, we got the eggs, we got the cheese, we got all the smelly candle, all the really nice stuff I got there, which is going to last me well into a good week of food there. And as far as cost goes, that was around about £95. Which is around about 115 bucks or 120 bucks, something like that. And that's for a whole week of food. I was looking at a lot of these people that do these hauls in America, and that seems fairly cheap compared to a lot of the stuff I see that you guys do over in the States. Let me know what you think about the price on that. But yeah, £95. Normally my shopping's between about 80 and 95. It just depends on how many steaks I buy, really. And that may sound like a lot when you think about it for one person, but when you consider in 2022, I used to have a takeaway every day, and a pizza would be £20, £25, easy. A Chinese takeaway would be 20 quid, no problem. You know, breakfast down the cafe in the morning with a coffee and stuff, if you're getting takeaway, would be like another 20 quid, potentially 15, £20. Like, this stuff adds up. You could be in, I was spending like 35, £40 a day back in 2022 because I was eating all the shit. And excuse my language. But now this, I mean, if you think about £95, divide that by 7, it really isn't that much. It's not that much a day. So yeah, I'm actually quite all right with that. It's not too bad at all. Anyway, guys, that is my grocery haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, it's something new I thought I'd bring to the channel and see what you guys think. And yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you think about all that. And I'll catch you in the next one. But until then, you know how this next bit's gonna go. Stay safe, everyone. Have a meat field day. And peace out.